want to get your take on. Hopefully, we get the announcement soon. It's getting a little close. We might not. I don't know. Boxing fans are getting kind of nervous. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. How does the southpaw on southpaw battle play out? And I mean, everyone says southpaws have issues with other southpaws. Does Terence still want to turn southpaw, even though he's going to have that issue as well?
Well, you know what? Most of his fights, I think lately he's done them as a southpaw, so I don't think he'll have a problem. Man, I hope we see it before the end of the year. You know, if they're planning for November, we don't have that much time, man, for the tickets, for everything, just to find a location. Maybe they already have everything done already, and they're just playing with us. But right. Fans want to buy their tickets too, and we want to start making plans. Because man, that's the fight that everybody wants to see. Hopefully, it does happen, and if it does, it's going to be one of those fights where the fans are going to be happy, man, because it's a 50-50 fight, man. Very close fight.
How does Terence deal with Spence's aggression, pressure, and the body punches? How does he deal with that attack?
I think Crawford's got everything, just as Spence does. Spence has an answer to everything, man. He's a perfect fighter, but so is Crawford. I just feel, I might be wrong too. I just feel like Crawford has a little bit more of that dog in him. I just feel like it. So that's why I lean towards Crawford, but it's a very tough decision, That's why it makes it such a good fight, because it's hard to pick. It's 50-50. Honestly, anything could happen in that fight.
Man, one of the last times, at least I saw you, was in Texas with Errol Spence and Uga. You were with Ugas, obviously.
Right.
What did you see from Errol Spence that night that maybe you didn't expect?
No. Really, what I saw from Spence, it was the best of him. Yeah, it was one of his best night. Ugas was ready, we was ready, but one guy have to win, the better guy. Who was the better guy? Errol Spence. So it's no doubt, he showed what he have to do, and a great performance from Errol Spence.
With that, now it looks like we're looking at Terence Crawford. You obviously had studied Errol Spence, had a good look at him with Ugas. How do you see that fight playing out with Crawford?
Actually, for me, even Errol Spence bring the best of him. Crawford is more dangerous in many departments. I really respect Errol Spence, and I can tell you, Errol Spence, his determination is higher than anyone. So that's why he been succeed until now, no doubt. Always no doubt. Crawford is the guy who is so intelligent, is so flexible during at real time. Then anything can happen. For me, with all respect, I just kind of a boxing fan. Should win Crawford.
And you said in different aspects. What aspects do you see that?
Technically, is better. Power is better. Is the guy who knows his game very well. So when I talk about flexibility in the fight, is he can adjust very fast. For example, I remember, I was not there, but I remember when he fought with Gamboa. Gamboa was beating him in his orthodox position, but after he switched to south, and then that's it. So it's kind of, some fighters can adjust at real time. Some fighters take longer, and some fighters can't. Okay. But Spence is a great guy. Great guy.
Do you think Crawford comes out southpaw against the southpaw Errol Spence?
He will do both.
Oh, okay.
Because it's depending on the situation. How Spence bringing on. This is the advantage of Crawford. He can switch. He can be a southpaw. He can be right-handed. Doesn't matter. And always is deadly with both hands.
Just as a trainer, if you were training Errol Spence, do you focus more on the left-handed sparring partners, right-hand, or just both the whole time?
Both.
Oh, wow.
I remember I was not ready with Gamboa, but I recommended Gamboa team in that time to have two kind of a sparring partner.
Oh.
You know, sneaky and deadly. Lefty, right.
There it is, Ismael. You're the best, man. Thank you so much for your time. A fight, we talked about it before, Spence versus Crawford. I know you game plan for Crawford with your son Jose. How do you try to plan out fighting someone who switches as easily as he does?
Well, the best thing I can tell you, to beat Crawford, you got to have a good jab. And, be patient and go to the body and be super patient, because he is super patient. He'll hit you, he'll move around, and if he knows that he's hitting you, he'll risk a little bit more. But I think with Crawford, once he feels those big shots, he's super careful. And then he'll just try to box you, and try to get you hurt. And if he sees that he gets you hurt, he'll try to take you out. But if not, he's super patient just to win the fight.
The first few things you said is that you have to have a good jab, good body work, and patient. That kind of sounds like Errol Spence, right? How does Crawford deal with that, the body punching and the relentlessness of Spence?
Well, that's a very interesting, because like I said, both of them are very patient. Right. So whoever shows up that night and it's 100%, and whoever makes a mistake is going to pay for it.
Right.
So that's all down what it comes down to. Whoever makes a mistake is going to pay for it.
Kenny, you're one of the few, off the top of my head, trainers that has prepared for both Spence and Crawford. Looking at both of those guys, having the up-close look at both of them like that, I don't know, give me an evaluation of both guys. Is it kind of splitting hairs as far as talent-wise with these guys?
They're two different guys. I'm not taking anything away from either guy. I think Errol's a great fighter. I've had opportunities to work with him. I've had opportunities to spend time with him. I traveled all over the world with him. Great fighter, undefeated fighter. Can't take nothing away from him in any type of way. I'm an Errol Spence fan, except on nights when he's fighting Shawn Porter. Terence Crawford, I'm in the same situation with Terence. I traveled to Venezuela with Terence in 2007. I've been in national tournaments with Terence. When I see Terence, I'm happy to see Terence. Never thought any of those times we traveled, things we did that were in totally two different weight classes, that they would ever fight each other. But it happened. So both guys got decisions. Both guys, one guy got a decision, was a stoppage, but the other guy got a decision. And both guys, have shown that they're at the top of their class. And both guys, I believe, should have to fight each other. They should fight each other. Hopefully they work that out and they get that fight and make things happen so that these questions get answered in the ring and not just, on camera. At this point in time, it's hard for me to decide. But damn, if Shawn had been fighting like he was fighting the night he fought Errol, we may not be having this conversation. But on the other hand of that, again, Bud's a great fighter, Errol's a great fighter. I hope they put it together and make it happen. Maybe that didn't answer your question, but that's just my position, and you said it was splitting hairs.
Right. You said that you're a Spence fan other than the night he's fighting.
Yeah, and the same thing for Bud.
I was going to say, are you a Spence fan when he's fighting Bud? or is it, again, we'll see what happens?
I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about that. If you push me, I'm probably a Spence fan, because but then if you push me, I'm still a Bud fan, but it's an amazing situation for both of those guys. I'm talking about their careers right now. It's an amazing situation for both of them it's a blessed situation for both of them to be in, to have the chance to fight each other and be undefeated, and then put all the questions aside, But yeah, Yeah.
It's right there, huh?
Nah, but I mean, like I said, if you push me, I gotta say, me and EJ, we go way back, and the same thing with Bud, but.
Does that have to do with Spence not trying to fight you at any point of his lifetime, and Crawford, yes, trying to do it?
No, Crawford trying to fight me just made us closer. Okay. That just made us closer. Great guys, man. Great. I mean, these are great stories to be able to tell. Nobody else can say they squared up with Terence in an alleyway. Nobody else can say they was on a plane that the landing gear wouldn't come out with Errol. Nobody can say. I can say that.
Right.
I can say those things. So I think, considering the fact that we was in a life or death situation, Errol's my man.
Right.
Errol's my man. Right. The plane going down, me and Errol, that's my man.
That tips it over.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would like to be ringside of that fight. No doubt.
As we all would.
I'm going to be. Make it happen, I'm going to be there.